What's going on, YouTube? Ferocity here. And Christmas came early for us Cold War fans. Surprise, surprise, they decided to nerf the MP5. I think that most of us knew this was coming, or knew that something had to be done to the MP5, because not only is it the most dominant gun in the game, it is the only gun some people use, it seems. It's like MP5, 4,000 kills. The next closest gun, 12. But it's not only, it hurts the variety of the game, but it also hurt the game in general because the MP5 was just a stack above the rest. It was god tier like. Now the tactical rifles are moving into that realm, and I want to talk about that quickly here in this video, but the MP5 was like god tier, god tier, god tier, and I was getting pretty sick and tired of it. I was done with it. I was like, I want to use different guns. I want to use the AK-74U. I want to use the Milano. I want to try these other guns out. I don't want to be forced to always use the MP5. Now, part of this is a product of the SPMM, but it's also because if you don't use the MP5, you're just literally losing out on potential kills or potential score, which hurts your team and then hurts your win-loss ratio and lets you have less fun that way. So it is kind of damaging when the meta is literally one gun. But that doesn't mean there aren't two other guns that are moving into the meta and will become the meta now that the MP5 is nerfed. Don't get me wrong, people are going to still use the MP5. I do not think that its nerf is going to hinder it that much. What the nerf was it increases recoil, initial recoil, and also reduces its range. So now it's not going to be as powerful from long range. So it means if you have an assault rifle, you should win those fights a little bit easier than before, where you would get beamed by an MP5 when you were using an XM4 or an FFAR, and that's just not how the game should be balanced, in my opinion. I don't think submachine guns should be able to beam assault rifles from long range, unless, of course, you're a bad player. And, you know, a gun, for instance, in Black Ops 3, my favorite gun was the Razorback, which sacrificed damage from short range, but was a little bit more stable and more usable long range, which I really liked. And maybe if they had something like that in this gun, or in this game, I could understand, you know, having a SMG gun you at long range, but at short range it's not going to be as effective. But the MP5 is effective everywhere. So I don't think this nerf kills the MP5. I still think it's probably the best gun in its class, but it's at least going to allow us to use guns like the AK-74U, the Milano, the KSP. I think that's a good thing. And I'm glad they did that, and I'm also curious to see what else they do to level out the guns moving forward, because there is an issue with the AUG and the M16 right now. Both guns are extremely powered. Overpowered, you might even say. Because for whatever reason, you one burst with those guns a lot. Now, I don't one burst that often, but I do one burst enough where it's like something needs to be done here. And for whatever reason, the M16 in this game feels different than how the M16 in Modern Warfare COD 4 felt, because it feels that when you shoot a 3-round burst, you're shooting 3 rounds in the exact same spot. But in like Modern Warfare and COD 4, it felt like the burst would at least disperse a little bit, or if you're moving while you're shooting, it wasn't a laser beam to your final target. It like the 3 bursts moved with the gun. And that could be a product of the auto item in this game, but it could also be a product of just bad gun design. So these guns are extremely powerful, and to me they feel a little bit too much better than the other guns. Like, I feel that you should be able to compete at long range if you're using an assault rifle to a tactical rifle, but unfortunately, just the way the game mechanics are, you get roasted so fast. So maybe reducing the range, or reducing the bullet damage range, would be effective in making the tactical rifles a little bit less powerful, and also maybe increasing ADS time. That could also help as well, because I do get burned, but realistically, the tactical rifle should be something you're not running and gunning with, and I almost feel like these maps lend themselves to just sitting and not running and gunning a lot, and that's maybe why I notice how much more powerful the tactical rifles are. Because if I try to rush using an AUG, I'm not going to do as well as if I'm using, you know, an FFAR or an AK-74U or an MP5. But if I'm sitting around head glitches, I'm going to do far better with a tactical rifle like an AUG or M16 than I would with the assault rifles in the game. And I would just like to see that balanced out a bit, because I think it should at least be a 2-round burst every time unless you get them in the head. And if you get them in the head, then yeah, okay. If I'm getting headshotted by tactical rifles, makes sense that I'm being one bursted. But if I'm getting one bursted to the foot, kind of seems pointless. Which brings me to my next thing that I'd like to see them nerf, which is sniper rifles. And I don't mean let's nerf these into the ground, and I don't want to get hate from the sniper community. All I'm asking for are two things. A little bit of added flinch when you're getting shot, because right now, if somebody is scoped in and you're shooting them, all they have to do is just be locked onto you. There's no flinch on their screen, which is extremely unrealistic, and boom, you're dead in one shot. Okay, just add a little bit of flinch, make it a little tougher, or maybe when they get shot initially, their scope goes a little crazy, so it's harder for them to focus. That's at least a little bit realistic. I'm not saying they're not going to get the kill sometimes. I'm not trying to make it harder for them. All I'm saying is there needs to be a little bit balanced, because literally if you have a sniper watching one lane on a map like Garrison, for instance, it's over. You're never going to be able to go down that lane unless 6 of you converge at one time, because the sniper is just too easy to lock onto people because there's no flinch. You might be able to win with a tactical rifle if you one burst, which is going to happen probably 50% of the time. But that's saying that he won't see you first. Anyways, the other thing I'd like to see is just the bullet damage. I get hit markers when I use it, but I rarely get hit markered against. So I think that one-shot kills with the snipers should only be belly button up, waist up. That's it. If I'm getting hit on my extremities or my legs, it shouldn't be a kill. It should be a hit marker. And I see it time and time again in my kill cams. And I get it, the kill cams aren't fully indicative of what happened. But if I'm getting hit in the knee with a sniper rifle, I shouldn't be dying in this game. I might die in real life if it happens, but I shouldn't be dying in this game, and I think it would just even things out. I want snipers to be competitive. I don't want them to be overpowered. And right now, they're on the verge of being a bit overpowered. They're a little too easy to use, especially once you get all the attachments. Early on, they suck. But once you can start pulling the gun up quicker, once you get these attachments to stabilize everything, it just makes it too easy. But that's it for today's video. That's all I have to say about Black Ops Cold War with the MP5 being nerfed and what I'd like to see with the other guns. So guys, for everything Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, please keep it here on XTZ Ferocity, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to see more from me, please hit that subscribe button. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.